Oh, wow! It smells like a zoo in here. Something stinks so bad. It must be rotten. Even my brother's stinky gym socks smell better than this room. Oh, hey there, Living Word kids. Sorry, I got distracted from the smell of this room. Thanks for joining me for another month of LW Kids Online. Have you ever smelled something really bad, like a trash can on a hot summer day? Have you ever ate a banana peel and left the peel under your bed? There is nothing worse than the smell of bad fruit. When you have a bad piece of fruit sitting at your house, it attracts all kinds of things, especially those pesky, small, little fruit flies. You might say,
Miss Anna, why are you talking so much about fruit today?
well, I'm glad you asked. The Bible talks a lot about bearing good fruit. When God talks about us, He sometimes compares us to trees.
Wait, what do you mean? We're like trees?
Well, let's take a look at what we mean by that. In the Bible, in Luke 6:43 in the New Living Translation, it says, a good tree can't produce bad fruit, and a bad tree can't produce good fruit. A tree is identified by its fruit. Then in verse 45 it says, a good person produces good things from the treasury of good heart, and an evil person produces evil things from the treasury of an evil heart. What you say flows from what is in your heart. Let's look at this verse a little closer. The end of verse 45 says, what you say flows from what is in your heart. So I guess we could say what we put in is what will come out. If we spend time putting God's word on the inside of us, then good things will come out of us. Got some goldfish
And some Capri Sun.
If we never spend time with God and His Word, then when our mom asks us to take out the trash and we don't do it, what will come out of us? That's right, yucky things will come out, like the stinky poopy diaper. A bad attitude, anger.
You might even yell and throw a temper tantrum.
Miss Anna, I want to be a good tree and bear good fruit. How do I do that?
Well, just like a tree has to be planted on good soil, have plenty of sunlight and water to grow to bear good fruit, it is the same thing for you. Good soil for us is planting ourselves in God's Word so we can grow good fruit. John 15:5 in the New Living says, yes, I, Jesus, am the vine. You are the branches. Those who remain in me and I in them will produce much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing. When Jesus was talking, He was describing Himself as a grapevine and telling us that we are like all the little branches that extend from the vine. When we ask Jesus into our heart, we must stay close to Jesus so His life will flow through us and we will bear good fruit. When you put God the Father and Jesus first in your life, you will talk to them and put the Word in your heart every day. As you read God's Word every day, you will begin to talk more like God and think more like Him too. Remember, when you put good things in, good things will come out. Before we wrap up today, Living Word Kids, let's see what Jesus says in one of His parables in Luke 13 in verse 6 through 9 in the Easy Read version. Jesus told this story. A man had a fig tree. He planted it in his garden. He came looking for some fruit on it, but he found none. He had a servant who took care of his garden. So he said to his servant, I have been looking for fruit on this tree for 3 years, but I have never found any. Cut it down. Why should it waste in the ground? But the servant answered, Master, let the tree have 1 more year to produce fruit. Let me dig up the dirt around it and fertilize it. Maybe the tree will have fruit on it next year. If it still does not produce, then you can cut it down. Let's dig. Get it? Tree, soil, planted. I can't see the word. Our lives can be like this fig tree. We give our hearts and lives to Jesus, and we could become planted in God's garden. If we never get to know our Father and Jesus more, we become like the fig tree in the story. Our Father looks at our lives and there is no fruit.
I'm the Lorax. I speak for the trees.
When we spend time reading God's Word, worshiping Him, and praying or talking to Him, we always bear good fruit. Because He is good, our fruit will be good. Our Father is super patient. He will give us time to bear fruit, just like the gardener in Jesus' story gave the fig tree more time to bear fruit. However, we all know Jesus is coming back soon for those who are born again and have asked Him into their hearts. So we need to get busy producing good fruit. Today, we get excited about being planted in God's Word. Read a proverb a day. Start small or big. Just don't be like the fig tree in Jesus' story. Be a good tree that produces great fruit. Until next time, bye! Let's look at this verse a little closer. The end of verse 45 says, what you say this big and exact... Oh. I'm reading the things she had. I was reading the details. All right.